Welcome in, guys. This is DarkLite Gaming coming back at you with another one today. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and if you're new here, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video, and also going and checking out my main channel called DarkLite Reactions over on YouTube. I have a multitude of subscribers, 1,500 subscribers to be exact, and a variety of different content. Reactions, food reviews, taste test videos. I also go live over there playing a variety of games and reacting to stuff live, so come check me out. Now, by the title, you guys probably see that I'm going to be talking about the PirateSoftware situation today. I'm going to give my take as, an MMO fan. Pushing 40. I've been playing MMOs all my life. I have played WoW a little bit. I'm not an expert, but I have to talk about this because I think it's insane that, it's almost died down, but it's still going on, and I want to share my opinion. Now, I want to express something before I do. If you came here to have another video to watch another video of Pirate getting dogged on, made fun of, that's not what this is, alright? I'm not a child, okay? And yes, I'm calling other content creators that want to sit here and make fun of him children. We are grown people on the internet. We need to start acting like it. I think this whole situation is ridiculous, and I'm going to call it as I see it. I think his ego is the biggest issue, and we'll get into it, but what I want to say before we get into this video is very simple. If you came here to watch a video and want to comment, have an open, honest, respectful discussion down below, that's completely fine. But if you say anything hateful, anything disrespectful, or just plain rude, I'm going to block you. You're not going to come to my channel and be rude and disrespectful based off of my opinions of somebody. Alright, that's not going to happen. So, I'm just going to clarify that. Alright, now, let's get on to my opinion. Let's talk about what it is. I'm also, for those of you who don't know, I will let you know who PirateSoftware is and share the whole situation. So let's get into it. Alright, so, those of you who need to know who PirateSoftware is, he is an indie developer. I believe he has his own games that he runs. There is a game I do believe he owns. I think it's called Heartbound or something like that. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments down below. But PirateSoftware is a streamer now. But he worked for Blizzard for about 7 years. His dad was on South Park as on the World of Warcraft episode. He was the inspiration behind that whole thing, and that character involved in that episode. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that one. His dad also had a hand in helping with Blizzard. I don't know exactly what. I don't know if he was a part of the development team, but he worked for Blizzard for a while as well. So he's a pretty heavy hitter. People know who he is. He's very well known. And the biggest thing is his ego. He's got a pretty big ego. So with all of that being said, you kind of have a quick recap of who he is. He worked for Blizzard. He was a developer. He's an indie developer now. His dad worked there. He always claims to be like this majorly good mage. He always plays normally as a mage, from what I've seen in the clips I've watched before making this video. Here it is. I'm going to be completely and 110% honest. I think this whole situation is absolutely pathetic. I think the fact that people are crashing out over a video game and over a few level 60s dying is crazy. Now, before you absolutely slay me in the comments, let me explain. So, I've watched Asmongold react to it. I've watched other streamers such as Soda Poppin'. I've done, research. I know what happens in a clip. Now, mind you, I myself am not an expert WoW player. I'm not going to claim to be. I, over the years, have played a multitude of MMOs, of RPGs, offline and on, with, everything you can imagine, alright? And I do actively play a little bit of World of Warcraft myself. So I understand that the mage and the spells that he had equipped were for support. He was supposed to help his team. I get that. But here's my take, alright? I don't think he deserves the amount of hate. Do I think he should have just been like, okay, I made a mistake. I could have done better. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate the 260s died. What can we do about rectifying that? Sure. I think the biggest issue in this is his ego. And I said it in the beginning, and I'll say it again. I do think his ego is a problem. Like, dude, we get you worked at Blizzard. We get you're very popular. We get you're an indie developer. We get your dad was on South Park. But let the ego go, man. Like, at the end of the day, I don't think any of the hate he's getting is justified. And if that pisses you off, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Get less sensitive. This is the internet. I do think that we have to have a certain level of skin, of thick skin, when you're a content creator. I also do think in real world too, like especially if you're not the content creator involved in these dramas, I think the parasocial relationships that some of these people have on the internet is really scary and insane. Like, dude, calling this dude's house and threatening, like calling this guy's phone, like someone got a hold of his number, someone doxed his number, and they were calling his number and threatening him. Like, that to me is just too much. You know what I mean? Over a video game. Over a video game. Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, I think this whole situation is just absolutely ridiculous. And like I said, I watched all the clips. I completely understand everybody's sentiment. I think the biggest issue, as I said, is his ego. But I don't, like I said, I'm sorry. I think some of y'all need to go touch grass. I understand that thousands of hours went into those two level 60s. I'm sure they spent, weeks on end getting to there. But at the end of the day, it's a video game. We shouldn't be going and threatening somebody. We shouldn't be giving somebody, the level of hate that Pirate's getting. And honestly, to Pirate too, dude, I really do think you need to have your ego in check. I mean, if you would have just apologized for anything, if you would have taken any accountability, I think people would have just been okay with it. But I also get his stand. You can't please everybody, and I do think there's a lot of parasocial relationship going on here when people are judging him. They were looking for reasons to hate him. I mean, they're bringing up the fact that he did a video I think a month ago with Asmon talking about a completely different game, and because the internet doesn't like Asmongold, they started using that as another reason to hate him. And that's just really stupid. Some of y'all people really need to go touch grass. I don't know if it was necessarily a month ago or not. I think it was like a week or two ago. It was like a week and a half. But anyways, him and Asmon did some content together, and Asmon didn't know that this whole thing was going to unfold, and he released it right around the same time. So people were using that because, like I said, people don't like Asmon, and I think it's ridiculous. Like I said, I understand people, a couple 60s lost their lives, but the fact that we're making this as extreme as it is, sending death threats to the dude, doxing his information, harassing him, going onto his streams and actively interrupting his streams by, being trolls, dude, y'all need to grow up. Look, I understand that there's a huge love for this game, and again, when normally you're in a dungeon raid, run doesn't mean run. Run means everybody try to cover each other's ass and get out. I get that. And if you haven't played WoW before, you won't understand why certain people are upset. I get why people are upset. But at the end of the day, it doesn't justify all the hate he's getting. I think y'all need to stop pulling up old clips. People are even pulling up that he was exposed for a furry, that shit that happened years ago. It's like, dude, why are we doing, really? This shows either A, there's way more kids on the internet than it needs to be, or B, there are a lot of adults that need some maturing. And I'm sorry, not sorry if that pisses some of y'all off. If anything I'm saying is making you mad, that's on you, not me. Some of y'all really, like I said, need to go get jobs, need to stop harassing it. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off as a content creator when I go online and I see somebody unjustifiably getting a massive amount of hate for absolutely no reason other than a video game. Boo-hoo, he didn't say sorry. Okay? Then don't play with him anymore. Do what you did. Kick him from the guild. I don't agree with it, but they did. Kick him from the guild. Don't associate with him anymore. Move on. That doesn't mean continuously farm him for content, continuously harass him, make fun of him. Why are we doing that? Why can't we all just move on? Really? And the other reason it upsets me too is because you can generally tell this guy's getting a lot of hate. It's getting to him. And, here's my advice for you, Pirate. Dude, like I said, some people are going to think that this video is glazing you. You know what you did wrong. I think you should have apologized. I think you do need to check your ego. But I think you also need to understand you're a content creator, dude. You got to have some level of iron skin. You don't see Asmongold freaking out as much anymore. He realized that you can't please everybody, It's a prime example of a dude used to getting as amount of hate as you're getting. Just step away from the internet. Do something else for a while and let it die down. And some of y'all need to do the same. It's done. It's over with. It's stupid. And I'm sorry, but I do think the biggest person to blame is the shot caller. You don't say run, 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 and then decide to change your mind. Now, I don't know if the shot caller was the rogue. I can't remember. Like I said, I'm not as into the whole WoW scene, but from the clips, I heard someone say run, 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 and then I heard that person turn around and like get shitty with, you know, Pirate being like, where are you going, Pirate? Why are you running? You know, but because you said to run and his mana was low. What do you mean? Like, this is a botched dungeon attempt. We need to get out. I'm sorry. I think the shot caller, the person, whoever said run, 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 was why the 2 level 60s died. Do I think Pirate, like I said, could have done something? Absolutely. He had a mana gem. I don't think he needed to blink. I think he could have blizzard. I don't understand why he didn't do a multitude of those things. But at the end of the day, it doesn't justify going and harassing somebody on their stream. It doesn't justify, you know, doxing his information. And some of y'all really need to shut the fuck up and get the fuck over it. You know, I mean, seriously. Enough is enough. All right? Leave the dude alone. Seriously. Like, what are we doing? It's a game. This is not war. It's not life or death. It is a video game that y'all are crashing out over somebody about. Alright, that's it. Anyways, and if you don't agree with what I said, fuck off, because I really don't care. Like I said, I myself have gone through things that none of y'all will ever know or care to understand, and, you know, I'm not going to bother wasting my time on people like you. I think it's absolutely pathetic that some of y'all are flipping this hard out over it. And go touch grass. Go spend some time with your loved ones. Alright? And this isn't rage bait. This is my honest opinion. I think the fact that this is the new drama of the internet, a video game, and how someone acted during a raid. Wow. Great way to start 2025 off, guys. Really great way to show that we're maturing as a society. Not.